What's going on, guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm doing a video that is the most highly requested. Just kidding, literally only 2 people commented wanting this, but ask and you shall receive. So today we're doing a full day of eating. Honestly, this is probably going to be really good for me as well because I've been a bit loosey-goosey with my current nutrition. I'm basically ending my growing phase and going into a more kind of maintenance phase where I tend to, my body is pretty good at maintaining. So the hardest thing for me to do is gain muscle and also to get lean. Like, my body is just super stubborn and it just likes to stay the same. It doesn't take a lot for me to kind of just cruise, not gain weight, not lose weight, just kind of stay the way I am. I have a big range of where my calories can be before like any change happens. In order for me to like gain weight, get bigger, I do have to eat a fair amount. And if I do want to get leaner, I have to eat like much less than that. So it's a good and bad thing. One of the things that you'll probably notice is I don't really eat veggies anymore. It's been something that I've been introducing into my new lifestyle. Obviously not just because like I don't like it or whatever. I've just been experimenting into different types of like diets and what works for my body. And you know, when prep starts or when I start my cut, some of that may change. And at the moment I get most of like my vitamins and things like that all from my greens powder that I have in the morning. Also fruits, so I do have a lot of fruits at the moment and a lot of red meat because actually, you know, a lot of the, again, vitamins and stuff like that we get from veggies, we also get from red meat. Sometimes I am a little bit lacking in the fiber department, but like I said, I do try and get fiber from the fruits that I eat. Otherwise, sometimes like certain grains and stuff, I'll try to do like a brown rice, or like I still do potatoes, so I do white potato or sweet potato and try to get my fiber from that route. But so far it's taken a while for my body to get used to it, but now after I think I've probably done this for about 3 to 4 months now of like minimal veggies. I can go more into detail about talking about it, but basically I'm adopting a lot of the principles and things like that from the vertical diet by Stan Efferding, and also just the carnivore diet. Obviously I'm not doing a carnivore diet, but I do understand a lot of the concepts and a lot of the reasons why they've decided not to eat like a lot of veggies. So usually with me, I don't do well with chunky veggies anyways. I've never really been someone that ate a lot of broccoli just because it does keep me full, but it kind of keeps me clogged up a little bit. And I know we've been taught since we were young, and since, you know, I've been doing all my PT courses and just everything, that obviously veggies and broccolis and all that kind of stuff is great for you. Obviously they are, but since last prep I've cut out any kind of like chunky heavy kind of vegetables. I usually just stick with like lettuce, cucumber, spinach, and lots of Asian leafy greens. Just really light, easy to digest stuff, and that's what I've been about. Anything that is easy to digest, anything that sits well in my body, anything that makes my stomach and waistline still stay like kind of flat and small is what I'm going for. Yes, initially you'll be really hungry, and I think like hunger is something you have to outgrow. Being in this like kind of lifestyle for a while, like I've struggled with like extreme hunger a lot, like in my early days, but now I feel like sometimes I'm too busy or just like can't be bothered really even thinking about, you know, food or how full I am and things like that. So I just eat because it's time to eat and I have to. I'm aiming for 5 meals a day, and sometimes I only get 4. So yeah, but anyway, since I've been maintaining, sometimes I only kind of get 4 meals in, or like my calories are not like super set. Sometimes if I'm not super hungry, I won't eat any extra, but like if I come to the end of the day and I'm still like pretty hungry, I'll just eat a little bit more. So, but my calories are at a good point right now. I'm at about 1,800 calories, just kind of maintaining. And then I let myself eat out literally whenever I want. I don't actually eat out that often, but if something comes up, I'll just say yes. I'm trying not to think about it too much, and I'm not being super OCD about my weight and things like that as well if I do eat out. So yeah, that's where I'm currently at. I'm really happy. I'm really healthy, I feel, and I'm just like really loving what I'm doing with nutrition right now. So I guess it'd be good to like share that with you guys and also keep myself accountable. I've been eating pretty much the same thing. So even though, like I said, I've been a little bit loosey-goosey with my food and like sometimes just adding a little bit of extra things here and there, all the food items and sources are literally exactly the same. And sometimes for those reasons, I just like forget or like I don't track. So I'll start with meal one. I just had breakfast. So for my first meal of the day, I had 2 pieces of sourdough toast. So they come up to be about 100 grams. And this was homemade by my dad. I don't always have homemade sourdough toast on hand. Otherwise, I'll just buy some from the bakery. I have pretty much cut out packaged bread. So that was something I used to have for like the longest time, but I'm cutting it out purely for the reasons of like, I want as minimal process as possible. And also I don't want any seed oil. So basically all the, even gluten-free, you know, like any of the sliced breads all have seed oils, and I just really want to cut that out of my life as much as possible. Obviously it's very hard to fully eliminate, but I have quite successfully been able to get it out of my everyday kind of diet. So no more sliced bread from packages. I just get bakery ones. Even if you go to Woolies, just go to the Woolies bakery section. There's like the aisle section for the breads, and then there's the bakery section. So just go to bakery section. It's not that big of a change, just somewhere else in the grocery store. So I get my bakery bread, or my dad bakes it. So that's what I always have. And then today I had 2 eggs. I've been having free range eggs. So this is something that I have changed probably in the last, since I moved in with my mom, honestly. So maybe a year and a half that I've been eating only free range eggs. So that's been going well. I'm having free range. I had 2 free range eggs. And then just to add a little bit of extra carbs, I had some apricot jam. And that was my first meal of the day. And now we're gonna mix up some pre-workout. Gonna head to the gym, and I'll be training upper body today. So I'll be doing mainly shoulders with a little bit of back. And with my training at the moment, I'm doing about 5 days. I usually train 6 days, but I've just been, again, trying to pull back on the volume a little bit. Obviously when prep starts and like I'm trying to get leaner and stuff, I probably will ramp that up. But again, for right now in my current maintenance phase, I'm training 5 days so my body has enough time to rest. I'm really focusing on recovery and living a very stress-free life. So that's why I don't want to have any kind of like food anxiety when I'm eating out and things like that. So I just eat my regular foods when I'm at home, and then anyone that wants to see me or go out to eat, like I'll just go out and eat. I haven't had alcohol. I've just kind of cut those kind of stuff out, and I'm just trying to, yeah, again, like I said, live the most chill and carefree, stress-free life that I possibly can. I know when it comes to competing as a professional, we have to be so on top of things and all that kind of stuff, but also understand that stress is a major contributor. Like stress will impact your fat loss, it'll impact your digestion, it'll impact your muscle growth. So because I want to grow and maintain as much muscle as I possibly can, I think a big key to that is to make sure I don't overly stress out myself. So if I'm like really busy during that week and my body's not feeling it, I don't want to push myself to train 6 days just because that's part of my routine. I will just train 5 days, and 5 days is the minimum. I don't feel good when I train less. So, you know, it's not about how many days you train or whatever. You need just to find that sweet spot. So I feel happy when I train 5 to 6 days. My body likes it. I feel good inside as well. So that's what I'm going to do for right now. I'm kind of just maintaining steps at the moment. Again, not worrying about it too much until I enter my, if I start my fat loss phase, which will probably be in 2 weeks or so, then I will start by tracking steps. That'll be the first thing I'm going to do, track some steps and maybe introduce a little bit of cardio and do a very small, tiny calorie drop and then limit my eating out. And that would be what I aim to do once I finally start my cut. But for now, enjoy the full day of eating during my maintenance phase. So this is my current pre-workout stack. You would have already seen it in the last video, but I'm having my J Cutler Prevail my super cute Nexus pump powder and some creatine, and this is what I'll be having pre-workout. I'm back from the gym and my Massive Joe's order came just in time because what's in here I will be consuming for meal number 2, and I've literally fully ran out, so I was literally praying and hoping that this would arrive before I came back from the gym, and it did. So let's unbox it together. Firstly, if you guys are gonna order anything from Massive Joe's, use my code Nicole10 because you will receive this free gift, which is a really cute little journal. And look at it, super cute. It just has like lines in there so you can write whatever you want. I don't know exactly what I'm going to use this for, but I know that I definitely want to use this either to like plan content or maybe like a little journal. I don't know yet, but I love pen, paper, and just writing. In case you don't know, I also just have like a physical handwritten diary to like do all my planning and booking and stuff. So yeah, I'm super old school. I don't like to use like online calendars and stuff. I love pen and paper because I don't know, I'm just a little bit old school like that. Okay, this is what I got. I ran out of creamy rice, but this is a staple for my, well, usually my post-workout meal, because when I come home like right now, it's already 10:30-ish. I need to definitely get a meal in soon if I'm gonna make 5 meals for the day. And yeah, honestly, I'm just not very hungry. So this is easy to make. You don't have to pre-prep. It literally is done in like 2 minutes. And it's easy to eat. So I wouldn't really recommend it for people who are dieting and are like very hungry. But for people who have a lot of calories to hit, or appetite's kind of low like me, this is the go-to. And because I just love a chocolate on chocolate super set, I will be putting in some brownie, choc fudge brownie whey rip. So this is my protein of choice by Probiotics. It is an Australian grass-fed whey. It has a bunch of multivitamins in there, including like all the B vitamins, folate, iodine, zinc, biotin, selenium, ashwagandha, like lots of good stuff, a full amino acid profile, and it's grass-fed. Also, it's naturally sweetened with stevia. So, oh, and it also has L-carnitine, and it also has digestive enzymes and chromium for appetite support. Maybe that's why I'm like not hungry when I have this. Anyways, this is literally the only protein I currently consume. I haven't found a better brand, and I will not have any others at the moment. I'm not someone that has a lot of protein powder, so I usually try and limit it, but this is just so good. I highly recommend, and this is the only protein that I write into my current clients' meal plans as well, and it tastes amazing. So get on this Probiotics whey rip protein grass-fed whey. Use my code Nicole10 to receive a free gift with purchase, which it changes from month to month, but right now it's this beautiful diary. And then I just got some BCAAs as well, just because like I ran out. So yeah, I'm gonna prepare meal number 2 right now. So I'm just gonna do 1 serving, which is 40 grams. So all you have to do to make it is literally pour 40 grams into the bowl, and then followed by 200 mils of water. So that's 1 serving. And then 200 mils of water. Which, in case you don't know, 200 mils is literally 200 grams, so you can just weigh it out. Or you can use a measuring cup, whichever works for you. And then I'm just gonna give it a light stir before putting it in the microwave for like a minute. And then I'm gonna take it out and stir and then put it back in again. then this is how it looks like after like 2 minutes in the microwave, and I'm going to add some protein powder to it now. Just gonna do 1 scoop. And if you don't like the consistency, or if you want it a bit more runnier or whatever, you can always add a little bit more water. So I'm just gonna stir it all in first and see how it goes. Usually, sometimes it looks quite thick before stirring the protein in. And then after you stir the protein in, as you can see, it just becomes like just more creamier for some reason. Yeah, I don't know, but it's great. So sometimes like it may look too much before the protein. You might be tempted to add water, but don't add yet. See how now it's just like almost becomes a little bit more waterier. So that's good, which means it's absolutely perfect. So this is exactly the consistency I like. It's creamy and smooth. Yeah, just gotta be patient with the stirring, and it all comes together. And then I'm gonna add some organic blueberries. So I'm trying to have as much organic as I can. Again, it's really hard to like get organic stuff here in Perth in particular. So usually when they do have organic, it's frozen. So I'm gonna do frozen blueberries, which I'm kind of liking the different temperature and texture with like the cold blueberries in the warm creamy rice. I love it. And I usually just do 50 grams. I'm gonna pop this on here and then just add 50 grams of blueberries. And that will be my post-workout meal. Exactly 50 grams, and I'm nearly out of blueberries, so mental note Nicole to buy more blueberries. Hey Bixby, add blueberries to my shopping list.
Got it. I put blueberries on your shopping list.
Yep, she's English, alright. So it's currently 12:15 or so. I got a little bit carried away doing computer stuff, but me and Jeremy are about to go film some exercises for the new app we're launching. So very exciting and busy times ahead. We are working on so many things for you guys. I'm super excited for that. But yeah, so we'll be filming for 2 hours. So I need to get a snack and some calories and stuff in. Again, I'm not like fully ready for like a full-on meal, so I'm gonna be showing you what I'm gonna have. So yeah, literally we have to leave in 15 minutes, so this is what I'm gonna have. I'm gonna have this Activa Danon little yogurt thing. It probably only has like 7 grams of protein, so not a lot. And then I'm gonna have a serve of coconut water as well. So this will be my quick little snack before we go film. Just got back from filming. I'm both exhausted and hungry, and it's now 3 o'clock, so I'm gonna actually eat my, I don't even know whether this is 3rd or 4th meal of the day. I guess technically because I had a little snack, it is my 4th meal, but proper meal, it's only my 3rd meal. I'm gonna have something super basic. So this one, I'm having some grass-fed beef strips, and then I have like 130 grams of jasmine rice. It looks plain, but it's so good. Like I said, I'm obsessed with eating red meat, and this is so good. I ordered it from the Dirty Clean Foods, like I've showed you guys before last time, where I order my grass-fed beef. It is a little bit overcooked. I cooked it in the air fryer, but it's still freaking delicious. And then I'm also gonna have a little bit of fruit. So I have 100 grams of watermelon and 50 grams of grapes. And my grapes are a little bit old, but they're still edible, so it's all good. It's been a long day. It's now 6 p.m. so time for my last meal. It's not really my last meal because usually after like my dinner, sometimes I'll have dessert or like something else a bit later. Just depends if I get hungry later on, because I tend to sleep a little bit later these days. So I guess now we're just having my 5th meal of the day, which is gonna be some salmon. I only have half a piece of salmon, so I'm gonna do that piece of salmon, weigh it out, see what else I need to add in for the rest of my proteins. I'm gonna substitute fish for the rest of that protein, and then of course just jasmine rice, keeping it nice and simple. And I'll see where my fats lie after that. If I need to, I may add some ABC spread or macadamia nut oil, but I think I should have enough fats from the salmon as is. So this is my little concoction. I have, again, jasmine rice here, a little bit of ABC spread there. That's my salmon, that's my fish. So this is how I make everything just kind of fit my macros at the end of the day. Add carbs when carbs are needed, extra fats if fats are needed, and extra protein when protein is needed, just to make sure I hit all the essentials before adding anything else. And now, time for dessert. I decided I'm going to have some orange. So, gonna have some orange, and then because I still need a little bit of extra fats, I'm gonna top it off with some vegan organic dark chocolate in this orange crisp flavor. It is now the next day. I didn't film an outro last night, but I did end up having more food. I forgot to film it, so it's been a little bit of a habit of mine. I usually get hungry around like 9-ish now that I sleep at like 10, 11. So I had a bowl of cocoa bombs. So I'm going to just have a look at what the macros came up to in total yesterday. I know it was about 1,800 calories, which is where I like to be. So yeah, 1,894. So pretty close to 1,900 calories. So that would be perfect. So let's just see what the macros added up to. So yeah, a protein 126, again a little bit on the lower side. I usually do aim for 135, but like super close. Carbs are at 212 with 9 grams of fiber, which brings us to like 231. Yeah, 231 grams of carbs, and then fat is at 57. So the only thing different that I'm currently doing now as compared to, I guess, my other off seasons or like my natural macros is I usually don't have my fats this high. So I'm usually a very low fat person. I think at one point in previous off seasons with my coach, I was still at like 45 grams of fat whilst my carbs were up to 400. So right now, since I'm doing my own macros, I've just kind of like shuffled things around a little bit to give myself a little bit higher fat. In the past, higher fat hasn't really worked for me, and usually it doesn't really work for most people, but I think it's because most people who do count macros in off season and you have a lot of fats, you tend to reach for more processed stuff. You'll start eating bad sources of fat, but I've been very picky with my fat sources. As you can have seen from my whole day of eating, I literally had not much processed food apart from the cocoa bombs. That one there's just no fat in that one, and it's also gluten-free. So yeah, so I think the high fat is currently working for me right now, mainly, again, like I said, because my fat sources are very good. I'm focusing on all good fats, mainly for just like general health reasons, hair, skin, and all that kind of stuff, and like gut health. So right now, these macros-ish are working for me. I keep it around, like anywhere between like 50 to 55 is good for fats. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please like the video, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.